Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Slow Customs. I know it's been yet another week, and I apologize for that. I've just had a bunch of school work and stuff like that, and I've been kind of tired and not really motivated to make this. But here I am. So you guys will probably be getting videos every weekend at this point. So yeah, I look forward to that. But today's custom video will be a bunch of customs, actually. These are ones that I've made in, like, the past month or two. Alfred here, I made, like, 2 months ago. So, yeah. So, let's get into the first custom. So, the first custom is, of course, Alfred. And he was sourced from my original custom, Horseshoe. I don't remember if you guys... I don't know if you guys remember Horseshoe from that one compilation video. The first slow customs I did. But, yeah. He's become Alfred and whatnot, so... yeah. So, Alfred has two liveries, you could say. He has a blue livery like Gordon, Thomas, and Edward, and then he has like a dark green like Emily. I decided to go with the dark green because, one, I thought it's kind of the traditional for Alfred, and two, I just thought it would look nice, and it does. So, yeah. He's kind of inaccurate. I mean, he's got the wheel arches, which is nice. The three and the windows are, like, really inaccurate. Here's the other side. I did better on the other side than this side. But yeah, his line-in was made with a toothpick. Yeah. So his face here is one of my first paper faces I've ever done. He might have, like, a bit of tape stuck to him. I should probably glue this down. I didn't think of that. Well, I'll see how that turns out. But yeah. So he was the first paper face because I couldn't get that much detail with a toothpick. So, yeah. So, moving on to his tender here. This tender, just like Alfred, went through a few phases of paint. So what I originally used this tender for was a narrow gauge slate truck. And you'll find another narrow gauge item will come up in the video shortly. So yeah. But otherwise, this is a Thomas Wood Heroes tender that I've just painted over and whatnot. The lining was done by hand. I should have probably done that with, like, masking tape or whatnot. But I didn't think of it. But I still think it looks nice. Nothing on the back side or whatnot. The coal detail was sourced from a off-brand, like, coal load or whatever. So, yeah, that's gonna be Alfred. So, yeah. This next custom I have will be one that's relatively simple and one that people have not made very much of, and that would be my limestone covered Percy. So, yeah. You could really call this a snow covered Percy, just because he's, like, very covered in, like, snow, limestone, or whatnot. But yeah. So this Percy was originally made from a scrap Percy. It's made from a 2000 Percy. I don't know if I mentioned it, but in the Ginty custom, but this Percy was made with the 2003 or 2002 Percy that I really wish I didn't make, so. But, yeah. The reason why I made this custom was because I felt bad that because I'm gonna be one of those collectors that will collect every era and whatnot, and if it finds, like, a really beat up one, I'll make customs, but, yeah. So I felt bad, and I felt like I had to do something with this custom. So I took that scrap custom, because I was originally going to try and save the Percy, what it was. But when I tried to scratch off the paint, or whatever I did, I can't quite remember. It scratched away the undercoat, or underpaint, or whatever. So, yeah. You can still see the green parts, so yeah. What I did was, for this model, I really painted white all over the model except for the face. I did the face separately. But I painted the whole model white, and then painted it, the green color that Percy usually is. Just so if the limestone Percy, or just so if the detail that the, like, dabbing of the brush, oops, sorry for the camera shake, the dabbing of the brush I did with the paintbrush wouldn't get all of it. Figured might as well give it an undercoat, and I think it turned out pretty nice, because you can still see the green on the back and whatnot, but I think that just gives the illusion that Percy's been covered in snow or limestone or whatever. I can really use this for whatever episode I want, so. I also did the wheels. Wheels are pretty simple, so. Like I was saying, I took a really beat up brush that all of the, like, bristles or whatever you call them were all spread out. I don't know why, but found one. And I just dabbed it all over Percy with white paint, and I think it turned out alright. So the face here was the face that I originally used for my Ginty custom. So, yeah. But what I did was I took a smaller version of the paintbrush and dabbed it all over, like, Percy's face. It might be a few spots underneath his eyes that are covered in snow. But, yeah. I had to redo his eyebrows, surprisingly. So, yeah. Oh, and if you guys hear a clicking sound, that's my fan in my room. I really can't stop that. And background noise, I'm doing this in my room, which really isn't soundproof. So, yeah. That'll be my Percy custom. So, this next custom, sorry, I forgot how to speak, is quite a simple one, but I enjoy it. So this next custom is a 3D print of Nick TF's 89's brake van. So what I did was I purchased 2 of his brake vans because I thought they looked really nice, and I will try and, like, link his channel into the description of this video, but otherwise it's Nick TF89. He makes really good videos, and he makes really good rolling stock that he sells on eBay. So that's enough of that. It's not an advertisement. But yeah. So with his 3D printed model, I made a custom character out of it. Now this custom character is called Mike. And kind of backstory, he came to the island with Thuggy and Afton when they came over from the mainland. So, yeah. So the custom really is very simple, but kind of tricky at the same time, because how I got the face for Mike was from a Giggling Troublesome Truck mold. So I took some, like, putty or whatever, I can't remember what it was called, but I molded the Giggling Troublesome Truck's face into it, and that gave, like, a cast for me to make a bunch of the faces, which I have done. I have probably 15 of each face, because I made a mold of Thuggy's face and the Giggling Troublesome Trucks. So, yeah. Why he has little holes on the side of his cheeks is because those were bubbles that got trapped in the hot glue. Why I didn't use a different one was because I could not get the other faces to look this good. So, because all it was, I had to paint the eyes, paint the mouth, teeth, or whatever. I don't know. Do they call them teeth? Probably. and the eyebrows. The eyebrows are a bit faded, but I can live with that. So yeah, that's the face. The side here is really, really simple. It's just a yellow, like, stripe to distinguish him from some of the other brake vans, because I plan on buying more. So, yeah. And then, of course, he has a nameplate called, with Mike. I used a label maker for that. Very simple. So, yeah. That is my Mike custom. So, this next custom is one that I have just mentioned. So, this custom is Thuggy. So he might look quite different from the last time he's been on my series. And that's because over the time, I just wasn't satisfied with his eye patch that he had. I just felt like it didn't fit him in that kind of style. So what I decided to do was get rid of the eye patch, and I had to use rubbing alcohol to get rid of the Sharpie, just because it was the only real thing to get it off. So I rubbed it off with rubbing alcohol and redid the entire face. So yeah, his eye patch is still, he still has the eye patch, but it's now a metal plate. And I got the metal plate idea from another YouTuber. Yes, I know I'm plugging another YouTube channel. There's one more, deal with it. So I got the metal plate idea from Master of the Lemons. He made a really good wooden railway story of Salty and whatnot. And one of the characters had a metal plate as like an eye patch. So I decided to give Thuggy one because, well, he has an eye patch and why not? So that's what I did. What I had to do to, like, get it kind of flush with his eye, having that little dip in it, I had to put multiple coats of paint over the eye, kind of like dip, until it came out pretty smooth. The rivets on the side were really by accident. I just kept redoing the rivets every time, and they just kind of cemented in, like, so it kind of gives it a better texture, so, yeah. I did kind of restore Thuggy. That's why he kind of looks a bit jagged on the edges and whatnot. I just figured he would have looked nice, and he does, so, yeah. The coal detail the cargo has not changed. Yeah, it's still ballast and whatnot, so, yeah. His side here is actually just a bunch of labels from my label maker. So I decided to put a 15-ton, like, label on there. I don't know if the 7-plank trucks in the series were 15-ton trucks, but I decided why not. And the side lettering is taken out after inspiration from Scruffy. So I've decided the company's name will be Frank Cargo & Co. But his name still isn't Frank. It's always going to be Thuggy. Just because Thuggy was an original character, and I think it's just a funny name. So yeah. That will be, that's Thuggy. And I will have to cut this video real quick because I have to go deal with some stuff. So I'll be right back after the cut. Hello everyone, I am back, and I've got the next set of customs here. So this set of customs is very simple, but I think will make my series a lot more effective, and that is having 2 more oil tankers. So I've decided to make 2 more after my first one, because I thought they just looked so nice. So yeah. These ones don't have faces, unfortunately, but not unfortunately, because I just figured they don't really need them. This one, this oil tanker, the face was just too perfect. I couldn't paint over it, so that, oh, stop rolling back. Stop rolling, Jesus Christ. that oil tanker will stay the same. But these other two were relatively made the same way, just with a bit of different, bit of a different process. So, yeah, that's the oil tankers. So these next 3 customs are really actually very simple. Just like the last few. I've just got to get them onto the track. I don't have any extra track, so as you could kind of see, these are coaches. So like I said, there were a few more narrow gauge trucks in this video. So yeah, these are gonna be narrow gauge coaches in my series. So yeah. How they were made from a off-brand, like, site. This one is really the same. The only thing I did to customize it was paint the wheels. Otherwise, it's exactly how it is when it came in the package. This one back here, I'm really debating whether keep in or not, just because I think it doesn't look too good. It's gonna be like a brake coach for any train and whatnot, so it's very simple. Mine had a dent in it when it came, so yeah. So those are the 2 green ones. If I ever somehow make a duplication machine, probably won't, never, to be honest. I'd gladly make more. So yeah, the next the customization I've done on this is like minor. But what it was, all I had to do was paint the roof and the wheels of this body, because the roof was originally yellow and the wheels were red. So, yeah. Thought that would look kind of awkward. So there are the narrow gauge coaches. So now, onto something which I haven't done before. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. There's a fly in my room. It just landed on me. So, yeah. This next set of customs, it's really quite a few. But simple. We're heavily inspired by another YouTuber. Like I said, this is another YouTuber. It'll be the last one, I promise. The YouTuber goes by the name of Breakvan 817 on YouTube. He actually makes kind of pretty funny videos, and he had made these little figures, which I had a bunch of. So I reached out to him, and he said yes, that I was able to use his style and whatnot. So these are pretty simple. I've got 3 of them, 3 types for now. I'll probably make a bunch of passengers whenever I get more of these. So yeah. The first one we have here is a Workman. Now it's very simple. The only glue-in you'd have to really do to make this is just the hard hat. Otherwise, it's just really paint. The hard hat is a Lego hard hat. So, yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, people will get mad at me for using Lego hat, I'm sure, but I quite frankly don't care. And I'm not trying to turn this into a tutorial, so I won't. So I actually have a bunch of the Workmen. I just need to grab them. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. I have 7 Workmen. So that's like 7 hard hats down the hatch. So I'll just move all the Workmen away for now. Go in the yard. That's chaotic. Don't know why I did that. I just gotta set him back up. And him. So these next few customs these next 2 are just exactly the same, really. I don't know why I keep saying these next 2. So yeah. I have made 3 like conductor people or like station masters, you could say. How these ones were made, it's the same body as the Workmen, but really only different thing from these is the paint and the hat. The hat on these figures are, again, Lego, so, yeah, otherwise they've just been painted the same blue that they are on the... Oh, goodness, come back. Where did you... Okay. So, yeah, they're the same color painted. Another Workman. This one's an abomination. The eyes are just... So, yeah. Funny. Yeah. They're pretty much the same. I'll probably use these as, like, drivers or station masters or whatever. So, this one, it's... I'll call him Doof. So, yeah. Get rid of those 3. So this next one will be the final one for the video. I know this video's gone on for quite a long time, actually. Sometimes I ramble and I ramble too much. So, yeah. This one is a Sir Topham Hatt figure. I originally had made another version of this. If you guys remember from some of my other videos, before I got the Sir Topham Hatt figure, I used this kind of body with the top hat. It's a different body because I couldn't find the original body, but the top hat is from the previous Sir Topham Hatt. So, yeah, he's quite simple. I don't know what I'm going to do with this tie. I think I'll just have to extend it out. I don't know. So, the top hat is, again, glued on. Most of these are going to be glued on. The eyes, I think, turned out really nice for him, actually. So, yeah. Then he has, on, like, a few pictures or my model of Sir Topham Hatt, he had, like, a little pocket there. Decided to add that just to give it some flavor. So, yeah. I'll just put Sir Topham Hatt here somewhere. And these figures are very well scaled. Okay, here. I'll just put him there. And then I'll grab Percy. Figures are very well scaled. Next to Percy, he's at, like, eye length. And then, right about... Oh, sorry, I just had to switch to my other hand. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna put him over here. From the platform, he's about there. So, no. Put him right back there. Just so he stays. So, yeah. So, go check out all the YouTubers I've mentioned in this video. I'll probably put them down in the comments. And definitely go check out Breakvan817, because he makes kind of funny videos. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there will be another one, probably next weekend. So, kind of stay tuned for that. It'll actually be on this setup that I've used in the background. You won't get to know what it is until the time comes. Mwahahaha. Alright, so I've rambled too much. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!